Hello and welcome to the Stamping Society's December tutorial bundle, in which we are creating projects using a particular colour combination, and the colours we're using are Starry Sky, Soft Suede, Shaded Spruce, Pear Pizzazz, Very Vanilla and Gold. And I've chosen to use this Sun-Kissed stamp set, and the reason I chose that is because it's always warm in the for our Christmas, so I thought this sort of lent itself to a warm Christmas. So I'm going to start with a Starry Sky card base, and I'll just fold that in half and burnish that along the edge. And then I've got another piece of the Starry Sky that's slightly smaller, and I'm going to emboss that with the Time Worn Type 3D embossing folder. So I'll just bring in my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. So I'll just run that gently through there. Try not to bump the camera too much. This is a particularly good folder, I think. It's very neutral, masculine or feminine. This gives a lovely subtle background. And then that is just going to be popped straight on there. Might as well get that out of the way so we don't have to worry about finding it later. Don't know about you, but things get lost on my desk and in my craft room. I don't know how that happens because it is a particularly small room. But anyway, take all those backs off. And then I just want to pop that nice and evenly onto there. And then the next thing I'm going to prepare is this here. So I've got a piece of the Very Vanilla cardstock, and I've got my stamp. And then what I've done is I've got my colours. So I started with Soft Suede, and I've got daubers. Just excuse the state of my daubers, so well loved. And then I've got some of this, it's just post-it note, but it's got sticky all over it, so it just sticks a little bit better. And I'm just going to pop that. Oh, see, I'm doing the wrong thing. Pop that. Just want to mask off the leaves so that I don't get dauber on it. And don't have to be too particular, because I don't think it is that noticeable, even if you do end up sort of going over the edge a little bit. One in there. These you can use these. These are probably on their last legs now, but here. And then I'm just going to bring in my dauber, just dab it onto my ink pad and hold those in place. So curling up a little bit, and just dab that down there, and then do the same on those two trunks. Move that out of the way. And then the next part I'm going to do is the blue, the Starry Sky. I'm using it for the sea, and just going to put, oopsie, sorry, that onto there, and just butt up against that tree trunk without hopefully going on it. And then just do down here too. So that's all for that colour. And then what I've done is use the Pear Pizzazz, and I've done that all over the palm fronds up here. And sometimes it's a little bit hard to tell where you've been because it's quite light, so it doesn't hurt if you go over a little bit, and then just sort of try and keep away from the edges. And then what I've done with the shade of Spruce is just come in and just sort of done randomly sort of on the edges. And then just a little bit down here, just sort of random. The thing with this is you're never quite sure what you're going to get, so you just hope for the best. Actually, it looks a little bit, you can just see there, I've maybe got a little bit dark. I'll just put a little bit of more of the Pear Pizzazz on there. So what you need to do is give it a good huff. So I'll just, so that just freshens up the ink a little bit. You want to pop that sort of in this centre-ish of your piece of very vanilla cardstock and hope for the best. Give it a good, really good press down, and yay, we have lift off. Right, so now what we're going to do is we'll die cut that. So I'll bring in my die cutter sheet again. And plates are well loved. And you want to pop this, and with any square or rectangular dies, they work better if they go on an angle. So I'll try and get it on as much as an angle as I can to go through, and about sort of there. So pop that plate on, run that through. Carefully pull that off, and if that is a little bit tight, you can just sort of pop your bone folder and just loosen it. Just want to be gentle, don't want to damage that. And then, as you can see on here, I have added a little bit of background. So I've done two things. I've daubed it around the edge with this shaded Spruce, but you don't want to get it too dark, so take some off that dauber. You can always add more. And then what I've done is just sort of tapped and swirled just to add a bit of colour, just to blend that in a little bit. Just until you're happy with the effect. And it's one of those things too, isn't it? It's going to look differently every time you do it. I think that looks okay. And then what I also did with the Pear Pizzazz Stampin' Up marker, I just flicked a little bit of ink on that too. Then I've got some of the linen thread, and I'm just going to pop that out there and wrap it around twice. Tie bow here, little bit. And then just trim that to make it the same size. Then what I want to do is add some more dimensionals to the back of that. Pull those off. Make sure I've got all those off. No, one more to go. And then I'm just going to pop that onto the card base to get that nice and even. And then I'm going to stamp the sentiment. So I've got the sentiment out of the stamp set, which is Sunny Seasons Greetings. And I've got another piece of very vanilla here. And I'm going to emboss that in gold. So I'll use my Versamark. Probably would help if I put the stickers on, wouldn't it? Then I would know which way is up. Stamp that onto there. And bring in my gold embossing powder. Beautiful fonts in this too. I always like a mix up of fonts. I'll just heat emboss this. Doesn't take too long, and then I'm just going to put my little trimmer in, and I want to get that reasonably close. If you had a die or a punch that worked, you could use that. That looks okay. And that I have just popped some dimensionals, just a little half up here and half in there, and actually I might even just put that tiny little quarter piece that I've got just there. Take those backs off. Line that up. Been so generous with this bit of twine, but that doesn't really matter. Tuck that under there. See. And then lastly, I've got some of these little fun flowers, resin shapes, and they've got the starry sky colour in it, so I thought they added a lovely extra pop of colour. Just pop one down there, and also quite Pacifica with the flowers, and that is it. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this card and the colours we've used this month. Take care. See you again. Bye.